Today is Tuesday, 29th of March. What time is it? 9:42. I was up a bit earlier, but I had to get things ready now. Luna's ready. Heater wouldn't go on last night. Heater would not go on last night. Came on this morning. Got on for a wee while. Get this bag of rubbish empty. We're in Bushmills. There's our view there, like. Car park in Bushmills. One old camper van here last night. He was here before me. He's hiding in the corner. I don't bother hiding in the corner. I just took up half the car park. I wish there was any gas here. The 3 town parks here. Bushmills Town Park. The toilets is here. Toilets here are usually clean. This, see the way the wall goes around here? This is part of an estate. There's a big estate just outside the village, so I imagine it must have been there ground at one time. Them parking spaces in the middle, that's for buses. There's very few car parks now allow long vehicles in, so motorhomes can come in here during the day and all, one stay at night. The bus shelter over there, that's the National Trust, Giant's Causeway. So anybody who's got a caravan motorhome who wants to go to the Giant's Causeway, the idea is you come here if your caravan motorhome, park it here in the car park, go over to the bus, and the wee bus is free, wee shuttle bus, and takes you out the Giant's Causeway. And then the hope that you go and you spend money in the visitor centre. Wee bus goes back and forth. I'm not sure how often, maybe every half hour or so. It's not like every couple of hours, it's pretty often. So you turn up, if you're in a motorhome or a car, just sit in there till the wee bus comes round. So I come and circle around this car park. We arrived here last night, the local band, so I presume they must be in that wee community hall. The local band right here in the car park, they weren't in uniform, just round playing and marching. A pair of young boys, maybe their first time training. I felt like the band's come out to welcome us to the village, like that's what it felt like. And the other ones are probably terrorised with it. But there's no problem. They were here long before we came. I heard them when I was down on the Giant's Causeway, the river line from the Giant's Causeway back to Port Ballantrae. I heard the band. But I thought it was up. Her leg's still a bit sore from yesterday. Is your leg still a wee bit sore, pet? Now, how long do we see the wee leg? She hurt her leg a wee bit yesterday in the Giant's Causeway, but then she was running mad after that. A wee massage sometimes helps. You see, when Luna always had a bad leg, or well, a wee massage, you get up too quick and you need to try to warm up a wee bit, pet. Warm up. Did I bring your lead? I have. I was going to have leg problems now, are we? She wasn't. See, after she heard a wee leg in the Giant's Causeway, she went mad in the fields and everything, like. Can't have her hopping around. Oh, the toilets aren't open. Oh, the strike of coronavirus. No, I'm on now, we get you on the lead, pet. Nothing to say why they're not open. I'd have got some hot water from there from time to time passing through. Luna, I'm on now, we get the wee lead on. Luna! She might loosen up a wee bit. Now, she heard it yesterday in Giant's Causeway, but I say she was running mad. I mean mad. You know the way she did when she first came? Well, look at the wee thing now, the village. It's quite a nice wee village, but all the shops are empty. All line boarded up. A couple of wee mills and all, but you can't visit them. You can only look at them. Last time I was here, I went underneath the bridge and all with wee willow. The wee park, the river gets very deep. If you ever get a flood, you don't want to take a wee dog near it. Not unless you know they're not going to jump in. I wouldn't take this thing near it in a flood. Wee willow was alright. There's a Maxwell solo station up at the end. I think he had gas. I'm going to go up this way and see what kind of gas he has. I wouldn't normally walk up this end of the village because there's nothing there, but it'd be handy if he had a wee gas, a wee flue gas somewhere up there. Well, let them cross over here. But how many people selling killer and nobody's selling flue gas? There you are, look. See, that's the thing about walking. Shell Row, built by the Southern family. So I was presuming it was a land there too. I don't know. In the early 19th century, the cottages were originally lived in by retired estate workers and later became home to nail makers. Jeez, boys had full-time jobs making nails. Foundry and mold workers. Oh no, pet. See, I like wee things they got there, like. It doesn't cost a lot of money to put a wee plaques up here and there. And I imagine they're all probably all bolted on in the back now. I can't see many of them being the same size. Big thick windlasses, aren't they? But see, everything was done for luck back in them days. You see some of the houses are missing the original plasterwork. So you got the big windlasses there and the big bit above it. And if you look at them, like at them houses there, it's been re-plastered. It doesn't have the big thing above it. But it needs a big thing above it, doesn't it? To make the windlasses make sense. And I would say if you had the original wee wooden windows, maybe they had the wee diamond glass when they built that, like that front door. And maybe in the 19th century, flow gas, look at that. I must go and ask this boy. Hi there. I just see you have flue gas there. Do you have the red cylinders with the wee screw on?
Oh, aye.
I have a wee Caravan on there, I'm empty, so I'll call in on the way past.
That'll do.
About what price are they?
They're, went up there last week.
Oh, it's just my luck, eh? I should have came last week. What on
They're 33.30.
Right, that's grand.
Okay.
That's grand.
Right,
I'll go over later on today when I pass it by. I don't know. There's £3 for something. I paid £20 home. But I had very good fun there, you know. There's the back of them houses now. Oh, they're all built on there. Come on now, honey. I'll get the sound and all out first, you will. Hey. Oh, you're going to go and leave the way, so here. Come on, that's way now, Pip. Look, there's one of the wee stones from Jen's cars. I see, but I was pinching them. Oh yeah, no matter where I go now, that's what it's going to be. That boy, I'm smart with cheap gas. I can never understand when anyone spends so much money on gas. The thing is now, I'm using a small cylinder, which is expensive. But it's expensive compared to that. I can keep the small cylinder, but why I got the cheap gas from home, I'm not doing it no more. $33.50 seems a lot. Wonder what it was last week, Luna? £30? Sure it wasn't 22. You never know, there might be all wee full gas bar up there, you never know. I think the last bottle I got was Keller, which is a bigger bottle, £22. It doesn't fit in the Caravan. How can there be such a big difference in the price of gas? I'm going to ring up the man. Why is Savannah sells gas? Not a cheap boy, proper boy, but it should be cheapest proper gas. I'm going to ring him up and see what he charges. If it's £25, I'll buy that at 23. If it's, I don't know, you don't mind paying what extra? You don't want to be ripped off. what I used to do, oh, it's this wee village here. What I used to do was I'd have used a bottle of gas till it was 3/4 used up, and then I put a brand new bottle in. That's back when I was paying $15.50. It was really cheap then. And then the bit of the gas I left in the bottle, I used to use a superstar heater in my living room in the morning before I went to work to use up the leftover gas. But I fed up using a superstar. I just wanted to use the oil in the morning. So that's when I bought the wee tiny spare bottle. So I let the bottles run out. There's a lot of hassle when a bottle runs out. Yeah, wee antique store, oh, wee bookshop. Some nice wee buildings in this town. Some wee puppies been paying against that, wasn't it? But see, if you were retired, it'd be nice to have a wee house in the like of one of these places. Instead of being, you know, a lot of people are stuck away by themselves. Like, I suppose night time if you get rowdy. That's why nobody wants to live in the town centre. During the day, you're sitting in there looking at the wee wonder, seeing life going by. Like proper size wonders there. Good ones. Yeah, that's the old courthouse. That's built by the same family. 1834. It's a petty session court. Continued well into the 20th century. See, that's the thing I always think about years ago. The people who owned the big estate, the ones who employed all the local people, they built the schools, they built the courthouses, they did all them type of things. Built retirement cottages. And all you ever hear about is that they were underpaid and all the rest and all that. I go to my work. I went to my work on Friday. One of the machines broke down and they couldn't make the dough. I had 3 hours work and I was away home, no money. You get... Why don't we go to the wee park? Oh, hold on, we'll do the rest of the wee town first, then we'll do the park. I'll do the rest of the town. So I got paid for 3 hours, that's it. 3 hours minimum wage. You travel up there, the price of diesel. I can't go up there, pet. And my employer does nothing. They just pay the minimum wage because of the law forces them to pay minimum wage. And that must be an old police barracks there. Wee legs lifting up a wee bit now, aren't I? But I have a wee problem, like. If I took to the vet, they're going to say, took a short walks on a leg. I should be off one the field later on. The old distillery's up here. The last I heard, they're funding the cool and sell there now. Look. Oh, they're cashing in the Giant's Causeway there. I think this is where they were meant to make. Oh, I don't know if I pee. Oh, you need a pee. See, every town main street needs a wee patch of grass, don't they? Look at that. This wee building in the corner looks very old. It's probably no older than all the rest. It's just the rest of it sort of modernised. You see how the building in front's got a red door and a green door? That was always the colours. They mustn't have had much choice of colour paints years ago. You never see a blue door in a thatched cottage, do you? It's always the red and the green. And if we're going to walk up or start up a street, I don't be up there very often. Yep. Come on this way. I should see the wee pup over there. It's a nice wee building, whatever it was, isn't it? I just think that's maybe the outbuildings for that house there. But it's a lovely wee roof on it, doesn't it? Look at the wee roof, the wee windows and all that. Must have been, it was a wee working place upstairs. And it's gone more out of the modern buildings. Old church up there and then more modern buildings. Oh, look, that's a brilliant view there of the mill. With the water coming down, that's a brilliant view there. That's actually a better view looking at the mill than it would be if you lived in it. It's a house now, but if you lived in it, they wouldn't see that. That's probably why this posh house has been built there. Oh, look at that, Luna. See it? I wouldn't normally come up here. We wouldn't be us coming up here. But then again, there's no leaves on the trees. Makes it easy. That garden sheds a wee bit in the way. Are you trying to get a better look too? Ah, it's way hard to see, Pat. So basically all it is, that's the overflow. The water's still coming down the mill race, but the wheel's not turning. And you know what? It actually looks nicer overflowing than it would do if the wheel was turning. But you think they were trying to put a wee for just doing electricity now, wouldn't you? Like, suppose they wouldn't be allowed to take the wheel off. But like all that water is going away to nothing. Seems a waste. The church is pretty far out from the town centre. Maybe that boy wasn't religious, you see. That boy built the courthouse. But you think if he built the courthouse, he'd want to have his church closer. Says he stayed. These are Presbyterians, that might. Are we parking here, Lena? Never walked here before. Doesn't matter how often you go somewhere, you always find somewhere new. It'd be nice if the path was closer down to the river right now. The wee path goes on around here. Oh, there's a wee puppy. You know what? Then off you go now, off you go. Free reins! I see a free rein one down this way. It's a wee local one, pet. Mightn't have the snip. You need to watch out, you might get ripped. Sometimes wee local pups, I don't know, they can be horny like. A wee dog over there doesn't see it. Look at that, a wee path going down. I never knew this was here. Lena, a wee puppy. Lena, a wee puppy. Lena, a wee puppy. Over there, Lena, look. Lena, a wee pup. She doesn't see it like, it's not using her nose. She just wants to get to the other side of the fence. Hi there. Lena, a wee pup. Lena. 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 There's a wee pup. Do you want to say hello to a wee pup? Oh, it's locked there. Lena, you're not supposed to be in there. Lena! Alright! Alright! Out! You're not right in there, Mum. Hey, puppy!
Hello, darling. Hello. How are you?
Is that privately owned there, is it? Or is that a wee public place that's locked up?
No, that's part of the river. It's closed because it was dangerous if somebody fell in.
I passed through here different times, but I never walked up here.
Well, actually, you can go the whole way around there, and there's a curves the whole way down in.
Right.
So go you right up to those trees, and you'll see it curves the whole way down in.
The other wee dogs have always been too old to come up this far. They just did the basic walk, you know, and did the park and all. But this wee one here, she's plenty of energy.
Well, you can actually go the whole way down there. It takes you right
That's
down
where
the
we'll go now.
river. It's lovely.
Thank you very much.
That, aye?
What's that?
Have you been down there before?
No, I haven't, no.
No, aye, well, no, you can go the whole way down round.
Right, thank you.
Quite bad.
that's the actual weir there. That weir's not going to that mill we're looking at. That's another mill race along there. So that's the second mill. So they had a mill race on both sides of the river. So you wouldn't know when the grass and all not cut, you wouldn't know. So we can't go down the steps, but it's taking us around anyway. But sometimes you see council houses, you think, oh, this is just a council housing estate. Probably is, like, but look, she loves it. That wee dogger house is probably pissing here every day. And all the other wee local dogs are having a wee pee here every day. And look, she's picking it all up. But I don't take the shortcuts, we do it the long way. Go the same way, but oh, you had to make this walk. I said, that was your leg, sorry for you. Ah, Luna's got a wee sporting injury now. That's the river there, but I want to just say we mustn't. I don't really think we're missing something out. Like, don't think we're missing anything out, but we have to check it out. It might be a path going on up. You don't know unless you check it out. So the river's going on straight ahead. So that's probably why the wee picnic site and all's up there. You wonder why they put a picnic site next to what looks like council houses. But the picnic site looks more like it's based on the road. That's probably because people won't walk from the cars, so they put the tables down here, nobody will walk down. Something called laziness. So the far side is the river. This is actually the mill race here. So some catchment of water. So they're using this as a mill pond. This whole thing here is just a mill pond to house so much water. Maybe them boys in the mill might work 8 hours a day, but if they didn't have the mill pond, the water would run out in 4 hours. So then it's a bit like economy 7 off-peak electricity. Off-peak electricity is unused energy. If you store it at night, use up. So night time, this would fill up with water, and then during the day, then them boys were working hard. Probably by the end of the day, that water level would drop away down. There wouldn't be enough of water from the river to feed it. And then they couldn't take all the water from the river, because all the from mill to the other side, they'd be crying out then, like, they're taking our water. There's a sewage treatment place over there. So they're putting water back in again. It's pretty steep bankings. And I would say that's deep. They didn't build them things shallow, like. It wouldn't be so bad if it was deep, if this banking was a bit more shallower. But them steps just closed off, but if they put down a couple of wee brambles, that's the same place there, like. It doesn't make sense sometimes with these health and safety boys, like. I'm going to go through these sticks and all now to get to the place I could have went down the steps to. Can you get through there, honey? There's the gates over there now. I think they're chucking these sticks and all to discourage us from doing this, Lena. Well, so we don't have to go the whole way, Lena. This is to see the gate. So that gate... oh, no, that's far enough there, pet. That's far enough. Do you know what, Lena? Come on back this way, we'll go down that gate. I think the gate might be still working. That is the original gate. You get a wee handle and you can lift that up. Come on this way, pet. So this is the mill pond, and that's the mill race there. The mill race is a lot narrower, so they've used this as a mill pond. See, I like it. To me, that's more original there, like. Come on up this way, honey. Luna's going lippy. You never know what you're going to find, Luna. You never know. Now I thought, oh, there's not much point. Oh, don't be eating that shit there, pet. Oh, Luna! Don't, you're already got a broken leg, like, you don't want to be sick as well. I'll take you to the vet. He said, what have you been doing to that wee creature? Oh, blood for puppy abuse. Take me to court, showing all the YouTube videos. Find out you've been dragged around the country for 6 hours at a time. 6 hours, 8 hours every day, walking. But you just dragging me through fields and stuff. Running out of breath, shouting at you. Ah, look, she's over there now, like. I like her snuffing. I like to see that there. That's not scrounging from food there, like. That's been a wee lab. Luna! Luna! Don't go into the fields, Mum. She is pretty good, isn't she, like? But see, if I was reading a board now, I wouldn't see her going in there, and she'd be in there. And then by the time I'm finished reading a wee bit of history, oh, she's at the far end of the field. She's so quick. See, that backyard's got a wee gate going out. I would have that. I'd have a wee gate going out. Even a big gate going out. You want it? All this in your backyard. You want access to it. So I'm going to see if I can go down these steps now. I don't need the steps. I'll climb the fence and walk down the grass to the side, but the grass over here is cut. Well, them sticks over there is a bit long. If you set them picnic tables, you don't really see it, do you? They should have set the picnic tables back here. If I was sitting here now, I can see the water. But you still can't see the lock gates now. Over there, you're next to the traffic. I'd probably worry about subsidence or something like that. So this is public access, but it's closed off. Luna, come on! I'll go down as far as the wee gate. No, I'm on, that's why I pet. Because Luna, I'm on here, look! In here, up. Hey, nice wee steps, concrete steps, but I've never seen it done like this before. You wouldn't slip in them. That is brilliant there, like. Good grip on that. Oh, look, that's why. It's not for tourists, it's for access, for the maintenance boys. Clear them drains, that's what it's for. So this will never be open. Hold on there, Pep, we're trapped. And you know what, you don't really see the wee gates very well here. There's a noise coming through that pipe. Whatever's on the other side is making a noise. There's water flowing, but that must be an overflow for something. There's water pouring through pipes. That's weird, that the noise, you know. I don't hear the GoPro closer. You think there's a factory in there? So there must be water gushing elsewhere. And if the whatever can't cope with, that must be an overflow. No, you're going too far! Oh, you see how it's floating down now. Oh gosh, she's going to go in the pipe, is she? That could be sewage or anything there, Pet. That could be sewage. Come on, Luna, you need to come back up again. Up. I should probably come up this side here. Up you go, Luna, up. Aye, it's not so silly, or Luna. I'll tell you what. This is the way to go here. Luna, you got the right idea, Pet. Luna leads me astray. Look at that, Luna found the best way down. Oh, Luna, I tell you. She loves history. Oh, Luna loves to see a wee bit of history. So that concrete wall there, they put boards up, they poured the concrete in, you see the marks of the boards. And then the wee winch in to lift that up. But your man how you walk out to that wee winch. Sometimes you get a wee bridge going across. There might be a wee bridge, wee footway. No, don't go on, that's deep, no, that's deep. No, that's deep. She could go out that way, like, but she needs to learn the word deep. So it'd be nice to follow that wee. What mull did that go to now? Is that, I say there's 2 mulls here. Come on, head on now, honey. That's enough. Come on now. Bear in mind, this is Bushmills, the home of the Bushmills whiskey. I think these boys in these mulls may have had a wee bit of whiskey in them. Oh, they get, you know, a boy working up there say, I can get you a wee bottle cheap, you know. I know a boy can get you a wee bottle of cheap Bushmills. Oh, that's dead handy walking over there, isn't it? You don't actually need steps, you can walk down the wall. That wall's perfectly good to walk down. That's why the steps are so good. That's for the waterboard. If this was for the public, they have very slimy steps. No, we're going up this way now. So if she's going down now, that would be the muddle lead. I say everything's deep here. Sharp sides. Luna! Luna! Oh no, more to explore now. We've more to explore. There we dump a truck and all over there at the search pit. That's Moyle Council putting them picnic tables. Do you know where we could go, Luna? Ah, the wee village with a big choir, can never get up there. Ah, the one with the white arch. We need to check that out and go up to that choir up there, Ruby Lane. Forgot about that place. The Waters of the River Bush, 2013. Oh, Moyle District Council. See that there's that should be in a museum now, you know. That council doesn't exist no more. Do you know if you do a wee picture when you're away, you look at it as an adult and you say, oh, Jesus, a stupid looking picture. I wonder do these artists, when they do these type of things, that's probably the best piece they ever done. But then, by the time they get a bit older and more professional, they probably look back on that and be a wee bit embarrassed. Because they could do better now, like. So they be a wee bit embarrassed, oh, I should have done better. Or they still look backward and pride. There they drilled a wee hole there if the rainwater to get out. The wee water must have been pooling in it. Boy, I had to come a wee drill wee holes in it. I go back on the lead now, will we? Oh, this place has got a name, has it? Hamil. See, H-A Mill. Is that, how do you pronounce that there? It's like ham, isn't it? Hamil. But it's a mill like. Hamil. No, it's not an N. I don't know. It's terrace sculpture. The Waters of the River Bush. Aye. Oh no, honey. Ah, Luna's enjoying the Bushmills. Where do we get the wee park, pet? Ah, that leg's playing you up again, isn't it? Now just take your time, pet. Take your time. Well, maybe the wee sore leg might stop her going mad, like. You know how I feel now, Luna, with extra pain. There's a wee, this is a shop, or is it a bowling green? A lot of cars, must be a wee shop. But it looks like a entrance welcome. Was that the actual entrance to, is that the gatehouse there for Bushmills whiskey? What over this side now, pet? Thought it was further up the road than that. Let it ox is eating. Hold on. We'll find out if they're still open or not. I think they're closed. I wouldn't want to land on a glass of whiskey, like. Barrels and a big brass thing. What else do you see? I wouldn't smell nothing now with long COVID. Our distillery entrance next left. But I heard it was closed. They sold it off and the new buyers weren't interested. I don't think it's to do with COVID. I think the new buyers just weren't interested in having the visitor attraction. They just want to make the money for whiskey. Maybe they're not even interested in making whiskey, maybe they're just interested in buying it cheap and selling it off later on. So they reckons that way off the roof. Old Bushmills Distillery Co. Limited. Visitor Centre access to gifts and whisky shop, 1608 bar and distillery kitchen restaurant. So that's where all the tourists go there, like. That must be all the workers' cars there. So tourists must come in at the gatehouse, walk down here and go through there. And a wee path goes on down there too, like, so the tourists don't get near the workers' car park. But you think, how many workers does it take to work in a distillery? The majority of that building's just lying with barrels on it, doing nothing, isn't it? That's probably the bottling plant's all automatic. A wee boy just lifts one bottle and maybe 1,000 check the labels on straight. But you know what happens then, like, one boy lifts the bottle up to see if the label's on straight. And if the label's just slightly out, then he has to go to the boy above him to check, is that okay to pass? And then the boy above him, he has to go to the boy above him to see if the label's okay to get past. And then the boy above him has to go to the boy above him. That's how it is, too much management. And then if it goes on, the boy who first brought up the problem, he gets the blame. Why'd you send that on? Oh, I think we turned this on. Oh, I didn't. That's a problem with industries nowadays. Too many boys above, not enough of boys. You know, rather than actually fix the wee label. Nobody can fix the wee label machine. Oh, that's all computerized. Nobody knows how to work it. Well, I'll tell you what, suppose you would. I haven't noticed any wee shops with a bottle of Bushmills, and no wonder. You think it'd be a wee bit cheaper to buy here? Down where I was, when Through the Loom used to be down our place, everybody would have Through the Loom t-shirts. Oh, they'll get them cheap, like. There's maybe slight seconds or whatever. So it must be open to visitors. There must be visitors' cars there. We'll go and take a wee hook around. Because if it wasn't open to visitors, they wouldn't have all these signs still up. Now we get there at night, so you're not going camping in here. Now a wee map over here. See the wee map? There's the big green, look at the big green barns up on this hill. That's the real mill there. Look at the size of them big sheds up the back. Massive. I mind being in Scotland one time. The Wallace Boy Monument. And the one thing he knows about the Wallace Monument, you look away in the distance and these big green sheds. And it was actually says it was full of whiskey. And the whiskey in these sheds wasn't whiskey for sale. The whiskey was stored there the same way as you store gold. It was, why would you call it? It was a commodity, what is it? It was stolen stocks and shares and all that type of thing, like. So it would just lie there for the sake of it. Like, the government would use it. Time of war and all, it would hold its value better. If the pound was to devalue, you could still have your whiskey to sell. Well, that's true, that I don't know. But there's massive big sheds. So, I was thinking of wee barrels in that wee brown place. They're not in that brown place. Them big green sheds in the distance, massive big sheds, it's full of whiskey. You'd have to drive from one to the other, like, if you had to walk, like, you wouldn't get very far. So it's a lot bigger nowadays than it was years ago. It was originally water powered as well. What would the water do? There's a wee air. There's not much. I can't smell nothing here, like. But it's supposed to be a smell of making it, isn't it? Visitor centre closed. Due to concerns over coronavirus, we will remain closed until further notice. Sorry for any inconvenience. So there you are. Visitor centre is closed. I don't think they want to open it. Not what I heard on the TV. But here we are now. Look, they're not going to show the big green sheds, are they? Oh, they don't want you to know about them. Causeway tram. Operated until 1949. It's not saying when it started. 1883. Causeway tram. There's some of the houses now around the place. Old grammar school. 1927. See, 1927 doesn't seem old to me, but I suppose it is nearly 100 years old. But it depends when you're born. Baptist Church, 1821. So if you take the 1800s, there's not much there 17, is there? What's the oldest thing? 1883 is a tram. 1900s is the houses. 1927, 1927, 1821, that's the oldest. The church, 1821. St. John's the Baptist. What age is the story now? Square clock, 1840. Monument, 1914. Bushmills distillery, 1784. So that's the oldest. The story came before the church by just over 30 years, 35 years or so. The story was here before the church. Wee mill. Ceased work in 1960s. When was this? It's not saying when it started, like. You are here, number 14. What's number 14? Number 14, Old Bushmills Distillery. Oh, that's just the whole plant. It's not saying much. That's the whole village, like, rather than the distillery itself. We're parked up here. Number 3. What's number 3? Oh, Bronze Age. That's just art. Number 4. So I make my way up. That's 10, the mill. It's just called the mills. That one there. Oh, that there was a mill. That's the nice wee looking building with a wee fancy roof. That is a mill. I didn't know that was a mill from this side. We're looking at it from this side. That's a nice wee building, like. That's, I would never guess it was a mill from this side. Well, you learn something new every day. 11, you know, that's the mill we've seen working. So this mill water we've seen now, we did the wee walk here, picnic table. That's going to that mill there. They're just showing a river there, but when we were down there, like, you got the river and the big mill pond. So these artists don't do these maps right. They have the water wheel on the river, but it's actually a mill pond up here. I think that's it. There's the wee cottage. These cottages were built 1820 for workers of the Dun of Southern Estate. In 1928, Miss Job had a lucky escape by using a petrol iron which had ignited. She ran out to get a wet sack. The iron exploded through the roof, blowing out the kitchen window and removing slates from the rear of the cottage. See that there, 1928. Petrol iron, eh? Petrol iron. Who'd even thought about inventing such a thing? Never knew such a thing invented. Petrol iron. Learn something new every day. Well, that's all excitement. We'll come and see the gatehouse, because once we're coming here, why know what's the gatehouse like? There's people. I would say there's a website. There's websites for everything, and there's probably a website for gatehouses. I would say there would be. And they might want to know what the wee gatehouse looks like. There's recycling bins there. Anybody's bringing newspapers and all with them. Or if anybody doesn't want to buy paper, stick your hand in there and you get one free. It's very funny how an executive house next to the visitor centre, isn't it? I wonder how Plan Commission ever done that. Suppose like working poor need houses like. Visitor centre is closed, please turn around. Oh, they have the guard dogs out next if we go any further. These premises are approved by HM Revenue and Customs. Oh. All employees and visitors. They can search your vehicle, bags, and see the boys are pinching stuff, I tell you. You can't even watch them. But you know, tanker must be one of the ingredients. You can see the road goes straight ahead. That's where the big lorries go to get the actual goods. They might still make the whiskey down there, but it's been stored up in them big green sheds. There's not many cycles to work anyway. Or is that a wee smoking shed there? There must be a wee smoking shed. Wee ashtrays each side. Yeah, got the Christmas lights still up here. Now there are the big gates there now. Ah, they're not going to let you camp overnight. Ah, tight. You see, they have you driving in there, sampling the whiskey, and then expect you to drive out your motorhome. There's something wrong there, like. Oh, she likes this mossy grass here. Ah, that likes playing you up, Luna. Them two roofs in the front, I think they're modern. They're meant to look like old, but they look too modern, blasting on the top. Ballycastle, 11 miles from here, Luna. We go to Ballycastle, we're going around the coast road. Seems more than 11 miles. I know, they're back down this way now. $16.08. Wee spar shop. I wonder if his gas any cheaper. Come on this way, honey. You think they give them houses out wee front gardens, wouldn't you? Look how wide the path is. Give them a wee set of railings. impressed with Terence there and the story behind him. God, I tell you, that cloudy man there, he must be losing his hair. Well, we've done at the wee town park today, really. So I had to cross over here now, Pet. So this is all the wee mill now. It's got glass on the windows too, or glass in the roof up above. Oh, probably a modern house now. What the big glass? Let me see. See where they run that mill there? They got the they can't put windows on the side. They have another floor there above the. They have another floor upstairs, and then the whole roof's up with them big glass panels. So that should be nice inside there, you know. That's like 650 grand design there. Got a wee cellar in that house. Come on, honey, up this way. I'll do a bit of wee shop at one time. Yeah, the tourists are coming, the tourists. Right there with the mall there. That's a lovely wee place, isn't it? Look at the windows on the roof, it's so cute. And yet on the other side, the white building in front has got big glass panels that fall off the roof on the other side. So it's been pretty modern inside. I say modern, it'd be dry, not done. After renovating that, I was looking at that house the last time I was here with wee Willow. I said that would have been a real posh house in its time. They actually renovated it now, like. Almost a path here. So hold on now, we see there, this mall now, Pet. That lovely wee bridge over there, like. There's a big wheel there now, like. There's not much space for the water to come out, is there? It's all filled up. No, no, stay on tight here. Up, 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 up. Do you know what, Luna? Go out there, put your corral here. No, no. Up, up. There's a bit less chance of her getting knocked down. She's not, look. She's not too sure. She's not too sure. Now, hold on there now, do we see this here now, look. It's a bit rough looking, isn't it, bud? So that must be a wee overflow stream there. Put a wee wooden bridge, wee steps down there. Well, the important me to USPCA now having you up there. You mind the woman one time, was it Michael Jackson or held the weighing outside the window of the hotel or something? That'll be us. Oh, there we go. Let's stay off the road, alright. Look, she's on the road, you see. Private residence. Oh, the wee chimney on that, cute, isn't it? That's all interesting, isn't it? That must be that. That must be part of their garden now. Whether it's their garden or not, they're cleaning it with that wee bridge. Come on, Luna. Oh, salmon fishery. There's 2 buildings here. Salmon fishery site incorporates original buildings of an early 19th century Scotching flax mill. Today it is an internationally recognised salmon research facility, providing long-term scientific data. So they're actually using that today. So I thought that was a private house. Probably is a private house, but in there as well, the private residence. But part of them buildings there, probably that girl's away now. At the back, they're counting the salmon back there, so she's a worker. That big white mill at the back. So is that mill there? There's another big building at the back. They let the gates and all. So that all water there is coming from the other mill at the back. Nice wee site, isn't it? Park's over here now. And Luna can get off the lead. Sometimes I'd park the caravan there in that street there to go in this wee park if I was passing through. Anybody with a motorhome can do the same. Freedom! Freedom! Ah, straight to the rubbish, straight to the rubbish. Had that wee minute, wee back doors. Isn't that cute? When I was away and used to have out cars, they had wooden backs on them. Actually would. It was like that there, 2 wee doors. Can't remember what car it was. What is this wee park? Everybody wants to know. 1999. You think they would wait to 2000? They could call it. It was Millennium. I thought if they went to 2000, they called it Millennium. But they couldn't wait to 2000. They had to open it in August 1999. Probably expected to be delayed like everything else. So they started a wee bit early. Make sure it would be ready on time. Glad to see that house being renovated there. It was a lovely building, like. I walked over there last time where we Willow. You go underneath the bottom arch. That bottom arch would have went right through one time, but it's boarded off. They put a brick wall up, probably the ones in that house bricked it off. And there's wee stalagmites and tights in there, as well as a few beer cans, like. But the stalagmites and stalactites, if you haven't been here before, it's worth walking along the riverbank and going down in there. A lot of times this river, you see how steep the sides are, like. I can get into floods at times. A wee fellow drowned that river. I don't know if it was here or further up. I don't know why he fell on. A wee dog was in the river and flood, and he went to save the wee dog and he got drowned. I think as usual, but I think maybe the wee dog survived. That happens a lot of times, like. But I don't know what part of the river he fell on. Could have been on up. But see, I like about the Roe Valley. The Roe Valley, you can wee deep bits the dogs can swim, but you've no distance to go before it goes shallow again. And if your dog gets into trouble, you run down the next shallow bit and you can get it out. And like this here, if that's on flood there, there's no shallow bits, you got a weir. You had a problem getting them out if that was on flood. I'd bother getting her out now, but she'll be alright, she would get out. But anytime, it's not an easy river to get them out of. Oh, that room property there. That'd make an ideal spot for apartments now, wouldn't it? All that land there. If this was the south of Ireland now, that would be all, the Celtic Tiger and all that boom, that would be all apartments overlooking the river. And then if you had apartments in there, you'd have ones having to buy pizzas and stuff in the town, and you had more businesses in the town. It's all lying empty. If I'm in right, that house straight opposite there, they have wee chickens and all in the garden. Wee free rangers. But I would say that out property there is probably bought up by a developer, and that's what he's going to do with someday. But it'll lie there for 50 years before they get around it. And he'll probably sell that to somebody else who's going to do it. It's just somewhere to keep your money, like. Stop the tax man getting it. But it's funny how it's got the, oh, look at that there, stuff on the water jumped. Must have, maybe this camera's got it, you know. Put it in slow motion. There's something jumped. Oh, you see water jumping on next. Oh, Luna. Luna the lunatic. I see grass there growing on the bottom. Luna, wee puppy over here. She hasn't met so many puppies today. She's not taking interest. Luna, Mom, we'll do the wee circle down here first. We'll do the wee circle down here first, Pep. Luna! Luna, come on down. There's a wee dog over there. She's not born with dogs today. Luna, come on down this way. Oh, you want to start that carry on anyway? You want a biscuit already? See, we take all these apartments here, all these buildings overlooking here, but they never give them an entrance to the park. They can sit, they can look at it. But if they want to come here, they have to go up the main street, walk away down and come down them steps. That's a nice wee building over there, isn't it? The wee balconies and all around that, it looks nice there. Them ones there, something in that wee room there, the wee doors and all. That looks a nice wee property there. There's probably about 10 houses there. But you see how they're making the most of the wee river, like. All the wee views. There's a wee path along here. It would be nice if they had a walk going the whole way down to Port Ballon Trail on the river. That would be a lovely walk to do. I don't think it'll be so far. They're probably in fields along with flood in winter time. You see how that bridge has been widened over the years? Now we're up the road, Pet. Come on this way now. You think they would be cutting the grass by now, wouldn't you, given its first cut? Other councils are out cutting. So then again, there's a wee weir there. What's that weir for? I wonder would there have been a mole there originally or something like. There must be a reason why they put a weir there. All the other ones are for moles. But there's no mention of another mole down here. Unless it's just for the salmon and the fish. Go up this way, that all, you probably came up this way, Pet. You might have done a wee pee. It looks a wee bit bleak now, you know. See all the weeds? That hasn't been cut in a long time there. See, even though you don't cut grass for nature, not cutting grass doesn't mean just neglect it. That's why they're going about management. Because all them weeds and all take over there, them big dockings, that might limit, you're not going to get wild flowers and stuff. But I suppose, like, they should plant something there for butterflies and stuff, and hedgehogs, make it a proper wee wild thing. But they just walk away from it. It's a wee bit marshy. There's a wee marshy. That wee marshy plant there, that will take over the whole place there. Them things there, that will just swamp the whole. There'll be no wildlife on it then. There's the big cow thing up here. Ah, that's right, isn't it? Oh, aye, Bunhogan. Aye, we'll go back round the cow pit and then we'll see about heading back to the caravan and we'll move on. I think I'm going to leave the gas, £33.50, I'm going to leave it. I might get one of them refill things on eBay, fill up my out tanks. If that's the way it's going to go. £22 to £33.50 seems a bit of a rip-off. It's a nice metal it's made from, it doesn't rust or nothing. I have it in my other videos. He's even got his wee ear pierced, the wee thing like. It's all different logos of Bushmills. Alright, Pet, we head across this bridge. The park's a wee bit neglected looking. This looks a wee bit mucky too. It's dried up now, like, but it has been very mucky. That concrete there is starting to subside a wee bit as well. See, I often think, see how them is all starting to rot there. That's in 22 years. It's pretty good. But had that been a wee concrete post, that would have lasted another 50 years. Instead of that now, it's a little bit expensive trying to repair that. It's going down that way. Well, we have to start heading back now, Pet. That's about the only shallow bit there in the river. If you're a wee dog, you get down in there, but it's big boulders. Come on now, honey. Oh, she's going to go down there now, is she? You would stay down there all night, you'd be happy staying down there, wouldn't you, Pet? Oh no. I just hope somebody doesn't find a rat, like. It's hanging around rivers a while lot. Oh no, there's nails, the nails sticking up in that wood there. Luna! He's eating. All the ones that come here to eat chips and stuff. Last time I was here the night there trying to get water past them. I think the only bad thing here, there's no footpath on here. You walk the road, there's no footpath. They could even make the road one lane traffic and give priority access to one side and put a wee footpath in. Luna, I'm on now, Pep, put the lead on. Luna, put the wee lead on now, Pep. That's my girl. That's a wee Becky, you reckon? You reckon a wee Becky? You'd rather have a chip, wouldn't you? There we go. Come on now. Come on this way, Pet. Still a lot of rubbish lying from the council strike. But you think it's only take a week to get all the rubbish lifted off the streets anyway? Because the big road sweepers come around once a week. You think in a town the road sweeper come around more often than once a week? But that road sweeper not get into them places there. You need a man with a wee brush. Oh, that wee site there, look. It's one of them make it into car parking, isn't it? That wee house there was knocked down there. You have a nice wee lined avenue here, trees, footpaths. Nice entrance to the park. There was upside in there. Honestly, spots must be puppy in the lead. She has ignored every pup this morning so far. There's been two. She hadn't even looked at them. That doesn't happen here. How you doing? Oh, doesn't want to socialise, doesn't it? But that dog's barking at her. She wants to get closer to it. It's not used to socialising, Pet. On ahead. On this way, honey. Some more photographs. I think that's it about it. We got the tram, I don't know. Don't really know what the tram looked like. How did they power this? There used to be an electric tram from Port Rush. Giant's Cause it, but I don't even know how they powered it. Legion Hall, formerly the National School, which was built in 1842 as part of a major educational development in Ireland, became the Legion Hall in the 1950s. It's lying empty now, like. It's lying empty a long time. There's a wee sign on the door here. Bushmills Trust. The Bushmills Trust is a charity, so they must be looking after this building now. Ah, young boys run there. It's funny, this house, I used to think maybe that house owned the land of the car park. But I don't think it is. It's down there, it's built as a school. Legion Hall is on it in cement. The window upstairs is made into a door. So somebody must have been using it as a barn or something at one time. Store stuff in. They cut a doorway out. Former National School. Built by Sir Patrick McNaughton. I don't know. Nothing. And McNaughton, is that how you spell McNaughton? Only what McNaughton I know is the boy half home McNaughton. In 1842, and later used as a hall by the British Legion. 2016, the Bushmills Trust Community owned registered charity was able to acquire the property. So they have it now 6 years. It was owned by an American from New York City. So it's why New York City owned this building. That's why he's fasty butts. He's not interested in the building. It's for somebody to put his money. Investment. Intention is to secure a grant, primarily through the Heritage Lottery Fund, to reinstate and develop the property as a heritage hub, hopefully in conjunction with the nearby Visitors Information Centre. In the meantime, the Bushmills Trust has undertaken some first aid with illustrated panels in the front windows and doors. The initial plan is to lower part of the walls surrounding the building. I never understand when they do that, you know. It's not how they lower that wall, they take out the breeze blocks. So you can see that wall was originally high up, so maybe they're going to put it down to where it was when it was a school. So you can see the original height of the school wall, and it's been higher after that, probably when the Legion got it, and then so they're putting it back to what's original. There's the height of that wall. Where was it now? I only seen the battery there. So basically, they're telling you two bits of the history. It was a school, it was a Legion Hall, but somebody's been using it as a garage. That doorway has been widened out. See, they stuck the rough lintel on it. So the original doorway was probably been a single doorway, probably double doorways, but it was actually a pedestrian doorway. It was never meant for cars to get in and out. But that's been, you can see the way the wall's just been knocked down. Reinforced concrete. Them out lintels there is only made of wood. Like that wouldn't be passed under building control now. You see the crack going up the wall through the hall. We're starting to subside a bit. We need proper concrete lintels put in. I let her leg go, it changed the battery. Now she's got caught in a bramble. How did that happen there, Pet? But it hasn't got damaged too much because of that, but it will get damaged. And they have to repair the window. So basically they have to undo what other people have done. Oh, that there, boys, there, look. You see the broken glass bottles? That's why they used to do it years ago. That wouldn't be allowed now, like. That wall was all covered in glass bottles. Just that one's gone over. The wee tap and all still on it. You just get the cement and all, like. And a glass, if you get cut with glass, it bleeds. You bleed a lot with cut glass. Most of them by wire. No back door to the place, funny enough. That's steps upstairs. That's be steps, stone steps. To get up the upper floor. So it's funny how they made a door in the front for loading, and I had a door at the back, taking out one of the windows. All this wall's modern at the front, so the grounds would have been further back. It's in that part of the housing estate now. Got to be air vents and all to keep the building dry. That'd be like one of the jousting grand design. Once you start, see the crack there, once you start picking out the wee bits of mortar, bits of wall are going to start collapsing. It'll probably stand another 1,000 years if left alone, like, but once you go to renovate it, and all these side door there. They wouldn't try and restore it. They put in modern glass and all, fill up them holes. That's all part of its history. to restore it back originally, it wouldn't be full history. If you, that upper door there, if you put a big one of the full size, this should also include the fact that it was used as a garage as part of its history, because that'd be interesting in 60 years time. That was used as a garage. The roof and all has lost a few tiles. 1842, it's got a wee it's got the National School on it, Bushmills National School, 1842. A wee stone on the very top. Some windows was battered in there, I tell you. Walking down here, Pet, with a wee sandwich and all, wee lunch. Bread and butter. Bread and butter, that's what it would have been. That's if they were lucky, like. Otherwise, maybe just a bit of bread. Walking down here in the wee shorts on them. And bare feet. Like, bear in mind, humans are meant to walk on bare feet. But then we don't even make horses walk on their bare feet, we put shoes on them. So that's our wee tour now of Bushmills finished. That's the entrance to the carport there. You go down there and you turn left. Oh, the cars are down in the bunch here too. Some rubbish to lift. There the Bushmills in. Anybody wants a wee drink. Electric charging point as well. Sure, it's open now. Been washed and all, Pit, nice and clean. Now I go to the toilets now. Tried using the Caravan toilet, but sometimes it's nice to sit in a big toilet, like spread the cheeks, more space. That's when they're clean. Last one you couldn't go in there. Yeah, motorhome's away now. You okay, honey? You okay, Pet? I didn't. Ah, you give me a wee bark back. I hope that's a stone in my tire, not a nail, Pet. Ah, wee stone on there. Above a football pitch, you can walk around the outside of it. That's what pups who want the dogs to go for a wee poo, probably go up there, but oh, you pooed everything out yesterday. You don't have a fit schedule, do you not, Pet? You're on holidays now, you're all over the place. 3 in 1 go, 3 in 1 morning one day, and then I'll get this lead off you now. It's warming up in here now, Pet, up you go. We'll get the harness off you now. Get the harness off her. Does not like wearing the harness, so she doesn't shake no more, but she doesn't like it. Look at that now. Oh. Hey. Oh, that feels good. Does that feel good, does it? Does that feel good? That's a good. The tummy's a bit wet. The wee tummy's a wee bit wet. I'll turn this off now and we'll get a wee towel out.